Hello there everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Karen and today's vlog is all about money and finances. So if this is something that you're interested in, keep watching and I hope that I can help you manage your money better. Not that I'm that great at it anyway, but you know, we can all do a little bit of help with money, can't we? So stay tuned. Welcome to my channel. All those people that are already subscribed, thank you for tuning in again. I do appreciate, I love hearing your comments. Everything really is fantastic when I read your comments. It just makes my day. For those people that have just joined me today, welcome. I hope that I can help you and I hope this is something that could help you work out how to finance your future travels. So let's just start this whole thing. I'm just going to give you a little bit of a rundown on me and why I want to talk about finances. Well, because clearly to actually go away on a whole life change, you need money. Now, none of us really want to rely on the government or anything like that to finance everything that we do, because I've been brought up that you work hard for what you get and you work to get the money that you need. So for me, I grew up in a very poor family. We didn't have a lot of money. My parents weren't very good with money. They didn't teach me very well. So they didn't teach me how to save, how to manage my money better without credit. They lived on credit. I lived on credit, and I lived on credit for quite a long time. So what has started me on this whole journey is I was having a bit of a, I would call it a midlife crisis or a mental breakdown, whatever you want to call it. Everything was just getting down on me. Like I had so much debt. I just had car loans and credit cards. Bills were just going out, phone bills, this, that, and the other, and I just had no money and I was just sick of it. So I am a spiritual person. I do believe in God or the universe, whatever you want to call it. I'm not here to preach Jesus or anything like that. That's not what this channel is about. But for me, I'm a spiritual person. That was my direction. And I just sat there and I just one night, I was just howling because I had so many bills to pay and I just didn't know what to do. So I prayed to God, please just give me a sign, help me out. I just don't know what to do. And I went out the following day and I do a lot of op shopping, you know, like I try to be savvy with my money. I try to make it stretch as far as I can go, but it doesn't always work like that. We live in a society where it's just keeping up with the Joneses all the time, and I think we all get dragged into that vortex. So if you're actually watching this and you wanting a lifestyle change and you actually want to go traveling around Australia, you're probably like me, where you just didn't feel like that was who you were. The things and all that material stuff, although it was really nice, it just wasn't you. So I prayed and I went out the next day, and while I was out in the op shop, I will find what I found. I'll just go and get it in a second. And I was just looking through the book section and this book came to me. Now, a lot of you people, especially in America, will know this person. I'm sure you know this person and I'm sure you've heard a lot of it. But for me, this was a real light bulb moment, and it was actually a catalyst for a whole change of my mindset in regards to money and how I was going to manage it. So I'll just go and get it. While I was in the op shop, I was browsing through the books and I saw a few money books and I pulled a few out. But I came across this one. So like I said, a lot of you Americans have probably heard of this, and probably a substantial amount of Australians have heard about this. Now look, I'm not affiliated at all with Dave Ramsey, but Dave Ramsey has saved my financial life. And you know, it sounds like I've got to go start preaching, hallelujah, Dave Ramsey. No, but it is, it's like that for me with this. And if you can find one of these books somewhere, definitely try and get it. However, heaps and heaps and heaps of free stuff on YouTube. I'll actually put some links down below and probably a couple of little boxes up here with one of the specific things that I actually watched of Dave Ramsey's that I felt was absolutely fantastic. So this book here, or this system, is what has saved me, and this is how I'm going to be funding my trip. In part 2, I'm going to go through a little bit more about, you know, how I'm managing it and what I'm actually doing, and a few more things like work, saving, buying, all that kind of stuff. So I just want to talk about this system because I am so passionate about this, because it actually has worked. And I have fallen off the wagon a few times. Like, I think it's kind of like, you know, you have alcoholics and they do the 10-step or whatever it is, those 10-step programs or whatever. I'm not sure what it is because I'm not an alcoholic. Maybe I need to be an alcoholic. I certainly could do with a few more wines, I think. But anyway, it's kind of like that. It just breaks it down into tiny little pieces, which is manageable, because even us adults can struggle with do this and do that. You go to a financial advisor and they say, do this and do that and do this and do that. And you come out of there and you're just like, I don't think I'm ever going to be able to do that. What this does is it teaches you how to break it down into tiny little pieces, and then you can work through each step. So I'm just going to go through this. So what's the first thing that you need to do when you start down the Dave Ramsey's Total Money Makeover? The first step is budget. Everyone hates that word. We all hate doing a budget. Now, budgets are, funny thing is, I'm one of those really weird people. I actually really like budgets. I actually like writing everything down. But the saddest part about doing a budget is being honest with yourself, because you actually realize actually how much money you waste when you do a budget. And I've got my hint is to actually, for 1 month, get every receipt that you have from buying petrol and coffees and shopping and everything that you do. Get it all, and then in that month tally that up and work out exactly how much money you've spent. And then what I would do is I can categorize it into different categories. When I was actually looking for this book, I'll just show you this one. I found this one at the same time, so it's a workbook, and inside this has actually got all of these like little things to help you with budgeting, and it's got all of these little charts and stuff that you can use in it. So that actually is really helpful as well. You can go on Excel and get spreadsheets and all that kind of stuff. There's plenty of apps and things around to help you with working out your budget. So baby steps is budget. You have to do a budget. You have to work out where's your money going. So when I did it, I had no money, plus I was going into the red. So I was actually spending more than I was bringing in. So where was that extra money going? Onto credit. So I ended up with $20,000 worth of credit card debt. I had a car loan. I had a mobile phone plan, all of these things, all just coming in, so many different things. I was paying off private school fees, all sorts of things. I had a lot of debt, and I don't own my own home, so that's another thing, and this gets covered in this as well. So don't worry about that kind of stuff. I'm going to talk a little bit more about rentals and things like that in my next vlog, because I think I've got a few tips for people who want to rent their house out as being a tenant. So anyway, that's another story. So baby step 1 is do a budget. So there are actually 6 baby steps, and I'm really going to go through really the first 3, because I think if you're actually just starting on this road of financial freedom, the first 3 are the most important. However, here is all the baby steps. These are the different ones that you can do. And perhaps I might do another vlog a bit more comprehensive another time. If you guys are interested, just comment down below if you'd like me to do that. I'll be happy to go through with it. Like I said, I am no expert on this. In fact, I am probably the worst person for financial advice, because I have not done it very good in the past, but I'm actually doing a really good job of it now. Step 0, I call it, is do a budget. And that's just to work out exactly what your incomings are and what are your outgoings. And be honest, because the honesty is what will dig you out. So baby step 1 is you need to save for emergencies, because it's gonna rain. Things happen, your car breaks down. We've just had a very sad thing. Our elderly cat of 20 years has just passed away. And the cost of actually euthanizing her and getting her memorial and cremation ended up costing around $800. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I don't have a spare $800 laying around. Generally, I didn't. So this is what the emergency fund is for. So you need to save up $1,000 as quick as you can and put it into a thing called emergency fund. And this fund is not to buy things. It's not to go out partying. It's not to go and buy a new jumper or a new skirt or go out to dinner. This is for emergencies. This is if your car breaks down or sadly your pet passes away. I cannot stress enough that this is such an important step to actually doing this whole process. And because the good thing about the baby steps is it doesn't matter how many times you fall off the wagon, you just get back on the spot you left. So I basically saved an emergency fund. Now, how are you going to save for an emergency fund? Sell all your stuff that's secondhand that you don't use anymore. Sell as much as you can. Stop buying coffees, stop buying lunches out. Do all of these little tiny things that will help you save money. And then use that money, put as much as you can. Dave Ramsey actually says $1,000. Now we have another gentleman here in Australia called the Barefoot Investor, and if you have read his stuff, it's very, very similar. So it's a similar type of concept as what Dave Ramsey does. The reason why I like Dave Ramsey is because I am spiritual and I am Christian. It's biblical in the way that he presents it, and that resonates really well with me. And also he's very firm about it. I find sometimes the Barefoot Investor can be a little bit wishy-washy. Nothing against him, because I actually think it's fantastic. So, you know, there's not, you know, either one is going to work. You know, you just choose who resonates with you the most. But with Dave Ramsey, it's just cut and dry. If you want to do that, this is what's going to happen. So that's why I chose Dave Ramsey. So anyway, save that $1,000 emergency fund, because it is gonna rain. It really is gonna rain. Like, things are gonna happen. First couple of months that I actually saved the $1,000, my car broke down, and it broke down on the way to work, and I had no idea what was wrong with it, and I was like, oh no, you know. So I took it to the garage. Thankfully, I have RAA, which is good, so they towed it to the garage, and it was about $600 to fix, and I had the money there. Not long after that, I'd resaved it again. My washing machine decided to die, so I needed $900 for a new washing machine. So this is what it's for. It's for those little emergencies, so then those emergencies are not a catastrophe anymore. So that is the point of it. You're going to say, where can I get this $1,000 from? I've got no money. Everything's, you know, bill. And that's the point. The point is you've got to find it. You can find it. You will work out when you do your budget where you can cut corners. There are places where you can do it. There's things like if you've had a phone plan for a long time, redo that. Have a relook at your electricity and your gas. Just have a relook at all the things that are outgoing. Get rid of subscriptions you don't use or don't even need. You don't need 3 streaming services. Just have one for a while and just see if that helps. Don't, like I said, don't eat out. Maybe instead of eating out every week, you eat out once a fortnight. So you're not getting rid of everything, but you're just trying to find that extra $50, $60. And some people are going to save their emergency fund like that, and other people it's going to take a while. So for me here, I saved $2,000, because if we look at the conversion rate of American money to Australian money, the American money equates to around about $2,000 here, and most of our stuff ends up being about $1,200 to $1,500 to get things fixed. So that's why I did that. So I have $2,000 in my emergency fund. So that is baby step number 1. Save $1,000 as fast as you can. I'm just going to stop this video here, and I'm going to do a little bit more in part 2. I think I said part 2 I was going to do a little bit more on like you know, how I'm working while I'm away and all of that kind of stuff, but I'm not going to do that. This will go into part 2 because it's actually a very long video, so I will do this Dave Ramsey one in 2 parts. And so this is the end of part 1. Please join me in part 2. And thank you so much for watching. I'm so grateful that you're here, and I hope I help you. I really do, because I'm really passionate about this financial thing, because it has given me so much freedom. You have no idea how happy being debt-free has made me. I've never been debt-free in all my life, and this last part of my life I'm being debt-free, and it is amazing, and I just want you all to feel the same. So thanks so much for watching. Appreciate each and every one of you. Have an amazing day and take care of each other. Bye.